hello. How is
Hey,
everybody?
in the chat, Jamie, Julie, Kathleen.
Jade, Shilly Shally, Kathleen Fleck. Kathleen, thank you for that lovely email. I'm sorry. Thank you for that lovely comment in the chat that you wrote on somebody else's with your concern. I appreciate that. I sent you an email. Hey, Red Valentine, Red. Patchouli Julie.
Stefani, I'm so glad you enjoyed the lily pad. My water lily bloomed, Toddy.
What? I'm sorry. I was reading about. Wait a minute. Hang on. There's important things in the chat. I'm sorry. I didn't hear that. But somebody said something about that. There's fireworks that instead of making noise, it makes music.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Very cool. Very cool. So what were you saying? What bloomed?
Oh, this morning I did a little video and I showed a little bit of my goldfish and this water lily flower bud that was, all closed up, went out a little bit ago and it bloomed. So I did a quick video for everyone who was anxious to see it. Stefani was talking about it in the chat.
Very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, you love everybody. Glamis, how you doing? Carla? Jamie. I'm muted.
Oh. I think that was just one person. It seems like everyone else could hear you.
Jamie.
Oh, it's Jamie?
Yeah, Jamie's saying she can't hear me.
Oh, strange.
Edie Cook, how you doing? Can everybody hear me? Can you hear me? How's that go with Tommy? From the movie. Do you know the movie? I mean, the movie, actually a Broadway play called Tommy. It was with The Who, the music group The Who.
Oh, I don't know that one.
And yeah, you do, because you know the song Pinball Wizard. Yeah, you know that song. Ever since I was a young boy, I played the silver ball from Soho down to Brighton. I must have played them all.
Sounds familiar.
Elton John. Anyway.
I love
I'm hoping now. Jamie just got me to sing thinking I was muted. Thanks, Jamie.
I think that was a ploy. It was all a trick.
A few people have seen my guitar.
Yeah.
And actually, I didn't even realize that one. Nope, that's the one that yeah.
2 guitars?
Yes, I do.
I play a little bit of piano. We need like a live jam session.
Absolutely. Let's do it. We could do that.
Yeah.
I would love that. Absolutely. Yeah. Lady Lolo, Miss Stink Bug Potato.
Ruby Magic.
You know what's funny? In the cell phones, we've got everybody's name, like 1980 Millennial, Becca Scoop, to the Weeds. It's so funny, morbid, flawless. Yeah. I mean, all these things.
It's hilarious. Like, yeah,
talking to Aunt. I can name so many Rennell. Well, Rennell's World, though. But I just have Rennell in there.
It's funny when I'm telling my husband stuff. I'm like, yeah. So and then I talked to Toddy One Skip and Cutting Board Dawn and Into the Weeds said.
It's almost like we're like mafia or something. You know what I mean? We're trying to hide people's names. It's funny. It is funny. I saw it as something. I saw it as something that. Hang on one second. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Hang on. Look, I got a bug on my shirt.
I couldn't even see the thing on your head. Remember? Look, I'm way in there like that. You're throwing your chest in there. We're gonna be out here, man. That's the end of that. Hang on one second.
This is a family-friendly live stream. 1980 got weird.
Okay, well, whenever it's convenient for you, because I'll be around tomorrow. I think I might take Donnie for a walk. So what time do you think?
For those of you in the chat that have been mentioning it, I'm glad y'all are enjoying my goldfish pond. I love it.
I'm sorry. Hey, Joshua, how are you? Josh, I was thinking about you today. I still want to do that video. I am settled. I'm not completely 100% settled, but I'm feeling 1,000% better. 1,000%. I mean, like, I think that that you could hear it in my voice. I think that, my spunk is back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We like a happy toddy.
I'm trying.
Even in my comments, last
Jamie says
people
she had herself muted. Jamie, smoke more.
were.
Jamie's funny. So anyway, I wanted to come on because I did want to talk to you, but I wanted it to be casual as well. But I wanted to talk to you about, because again, for those that don't know, and you should know, 1980 Millennial, first of all, go subscribe to her channel, come back. We'll wait. 1980 Millennial actually has family that knew Dee Dee and Gypsy at the time, in real time, when things were going on, when everybody thought that Gypsy was legitimately sick. And you, can you just brief synopsis? Can you do a brief synopsis?
Yeah, absolutely. So
Please.
I lived in Aurora, Missouri. I'm from Southwest Missouri, born and raised. My family's been there for generations. And I don't live there currently, but that's where I'm from. That's my home, where I was born. I'll be buried there. Yes, Red Valentine in Missouri. So I lived in Aurora, Missouri at the exact same time that Dee Dee and Gypsy did after Hurricane Katrina, while their habitat house in Springfield, which is about 40 minutes north, was being built. And some of my friends and family actually were next door neighbors to Dee Dee and Gypsy there and friends with them. So I actually intentionally avoided meeting Dee Dee and Gypsy. My friend was always wanting to introduce me to them. And I was really ashamed of myself at the time. I didn't understand what in was recoiling at the sight of these people. And I was like, I don't understand this. I have other friends in wheelchairs. It's not that. What's wrong with me that I feel this way about these people? But now I know. Now I know. And
You had a gut feeling. You had a gut feeling.
I did, yeah. And there were a few times when I saw things and I said things. I remember being at my friend's house and seeing in real time right after Dee Dee, I think she posted it to their Facebook profile, the video of Gypsy jumping in the snow. And I said, "What? Wait a minute. I thought she was paraplegic." And my friends kind of got annoyed with me and said, "She has muscular dystrophy. Her muscles are weak. She can work, but or she can walk some, but she can't walk all the time. She has to be in a wheelchair, that type of thing." And so I didn't really question anymore. And then I moved to St. Louis a couple of years before the murder. And when it happened, here come a big group of my friends from Southwest Missouri to St. Louis, and I didn't know about it yet. I just knew they all showed up unexpected, said we need to get out of town and get our minds off things. And one of my friends was the one who was closest to Dee Dee, was just clearly not okay. Like you could tell she wasn't really mentally there while we were doing activities and stuff. And I pulled another friend aside and was like, "What's going on with her? What is wrong? Like clearly something's not okay." And she said, "Well, you remember Dee Dee and Gypsy?" And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "So it turns out Gypsy was never sick and Dee Dee was murdered." And I'm like, "Oh my God, she was murdered." And like, I got a little bit ahead of myself there. She told me Dee Dee was murdered before she told me Gypsy was never sick. She said Dee Dee was murdered. And then I said, "Oh my God, what about Gypsy? What happened to her? She's in a wheelchair." And she said, "Well, it turns out she was never sick. And brace yourself, she's the one who did it." And I'm just like, I'm mind blown. And I
Wow.
understood then why my friend was sitting there just mentally not there with us, trying to get those pictures out of her mind
Sure, sure,
and
sure, sure.
going over every interaction they'd ever had.
I'm well behind on the comments. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. So, anyway, I wanted that intro. I know, and I know that you've told people many times, but if maybe one person didn't know,
Sure.
But okay, so now how long was it after?
Just
How
a few
long?
days.
It was
It
just a
was
few days after that you heard the story. So you
well,
didn't
it was
hear
a
the
few days
story.
after Gypsy was arrested, not after the murder, but a few days after Gypsy
Right,
was
right. Because they didn't know for several days later until Gypsy got to Missouri and got sick of Nick's house and decided to try to throw him under the bus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
So, all right, hang on one second. I'm
Opus
sorry.
Angel, that was really sweet of you to gift all those memberships. That's awesome.
I didn't see anything. I'm sorry. Thank you guys. Thank you for all the things you do. I'm so sorry. Hi, still Nat. I'm
Oh, thank
sorry.
you,
Hi
Laura.
guys. I'm sorry. Thank you. Hit the like button. Thank you, Janice. Thank you guys. I'm sorry. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Opus. Thank you, Maria. Thank you. I'm sorry. Runax. I'm terrible at this, guys, but it's so appreciated. I'm terrible at this. I'm so sorry. But thank you.
Can I answer a comment real quick? Uh, what was her name? It went too fast. I think it was Mummy Little Bear said, did Dee Dee have a funeral? I don't know about a funeral, but in Southwest Missouri, and I think it was before it was known, before Gypsy was located, when everyone thought she was still missing, there was a candlelight vigil for Dee Dee held at the Pink House. There was a lot of people there holding candles. People were sobbing, crying. Like it was traumatic for the community.
It was a memorial, right? Like a memorial service for her, or right? Like that would be would that
Yes,
would be considered?
and
When was that?
it was while Gypsy was still missing, I believe, and it was also intended to
No,
help bring
how could
awareness.
wait a minute. How could it be when Gypsy was still missing? That couldn't work. That can't work because when they found out, like
Because it
how
says
long
in the news.
didn't they know right away? Because like of they were able to connect the dots through the Facebook thing from Nick's house, right?
Didn't she do that like 3 or 4 days after the murder?
Well, that's how they found her.
Right.
Wasn't that how they found the mom?
Yeah. I don't know.
So
I might be in my timeline wrong. I'm looking it up here, what date it was. Because like I said, I would already moved to St. Louis by that time.
right. No, I know. Listen, I know that you're 1,000,000% who you are. I know who you are, lady. I know you.
Yeah, y'all, I doxed myself to Toddy right away early on. She knows.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
Okay, so the vigil for Dee Dee was June 15th. That was 5 days after her murder. It
Yeah,
was early on. I
but
don't
I'm
think she
sure.
was found yet.
Well, no, because look at the arrest of Gypsy, please. Look at when Gypsy got arrested. Because I think that was when Gypsy got arrested.
Might have been.
Because Gypsy's the one that told on herself basically through that.
You're right. She was arrested June 15th, so it was the same day. Dee Dee's body was discovered the 14th. They had the candlelight vigil the 15th. Gypsy was located and arrested that same day.
Yeah, because they got it through the IRL. You know,
The
they were,
vigil
I
was
mean,
the
first
next
of all, it
day.
was Nick Godejohn or something. It was just so blatantly there.
Yeah.
It was 1, 2, 3, right? So, listen, guys, this is about Gypsy, and anything that is earlier that has to do with Becca, Case, or Nina, this is not where anything is going to be addressed. Okay? So if you're in the comments, either enjoy what we're talking about and get on board, or this isn't for you, I guess. And guys, I appreciate you in the comments having my back, but I really hope that you guys will let us entertain you with information maybe and questions that might be about this, because 1980 has people. Thank you so much, Nikita, for being a member for 4 months. I so appreciate you. So you know what I'm saying? I want to find out like firsthand stuff or secondhand stuff. It should be more or less secondhand stuff, and that's what I want to do today. So hopefully, that's okay. So hopefully, thank you for the super sticker, Gwen. So hopefully, guys, you could do that with us today. Okay. All right. So anyway, I'm sorry, 1980. Sorry about that.
No worries.
So they had the vigil the day after, because Gypsy, you got to remember, she was arrested. They held her for a long time because they had to wait to come from, Missouri to Wisconsin. Remember?
The day it says when I Googled it, she was arrested in Wisconsin on June 15th, and that's the same day they had the vigil.
Right. But
So,
she was taken in on the 14th. You know what I'm saying? Like she wasn't arrested yet, but she was taken in on the 14th.
Oh, okay.
She was taken in. I guarantee you she was taken in right after.
I don't know anything about how any of that works.
Simply because they did nothing. She did nothing to try to hide. I mean, she sent the weapon to herself there.
It is so obvious that she was setting Nick up. Like in those text messages, she talked about them dumping it in Lake Springfield, which Lake Springfield is a big old reservoir lake. Like it's been a problem in the past with people hiding crimes in there, other murders and stuff. And she could have
thrown it in a drain. You could have thrown it down a sewage.
That was a very intentional decision to choose to mail it to Nick's house.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
And to obviously had those marks on her. Remember the marks that she asked him to put on her to for territory or something like that. So okay. So like I ask you, and it changes on occasion. I know that I've asked you a few times, and my favorite question in regards to this is to ask you what is your biggest surprise thus far? Because I think that the surprises keep changing.
Yeah, and they do. And honestly, the biggest surprise is how much I keep being surprised. It's like there is no end to the weirdness of this case and all the players involved. I think one of the things that has surprised me is I thought that there were innocent people involved in this case closely. Like I thought somebody was innocent, but now I don't think anyone is. Not Dee Dee, not Gypsy, not Rod, not
So I'm I think that Dee Dee is definitely I don't think that she's that bad. I just think honestly that, and until I hear something different, I think that she is going to remain the victim to me as well as Nick. But I think Gypsy was abusing her. I do. I feel like that. I don't think the abuse came from the other way. I think there might have been emotional abuse. I think that maybe she might have said things out of hurt and frustration, but look at how Gypsy is. I mean, when she's supposed to be able to have control over herself. Can you imagine how she,
I felt that way until recently, until Into the Weeds got their latest foil last week. And we found out about the pizza delivery man who called the police on Dee Dee and wanted it documented because this has happened to so many people. And the officer observed the red marks and scratches on his neck because Dee Dee tried to pay with a gift certificate from an out-of-state franchise that didn't apply. And whenever he told her no and turned around to walk away, she yelled at him. She grabbed him by the shirt collar. She scratched his
So her
neck.
reaction was to be physical
Yes.
on a stranger?
On her porch in broad daylight. And so I've had to
She wasn't a small woman. I mean, to be fair.
She wasn't. And the person who called in the police officer to document this said, listen, I don't want to press charges. The reason want this documented is this isn't the first time She's done this to stuff like this to multiple employees. She's always trying to scam a pizza from us, and she gets mad. She gets violent, and management has asked us to document it every time so they can legally ban her from the restaurant or comfortably ban her. So I've had to
Right.
reconsider whether or not I believe that Dee Dee would be physical with Gypsy. I don't believe all of Gypsy's stories. Some of her details I feel come straight out of movies, but that doesn't mean that I don't think, considering that police report, that Dee Dee would do that to a stranger immediately in broad daylight over a pizza, whether or not she didn't smack Gypsy around when she still had the strength and the mobility.
Wow. Wow. Mm.
And that was in 2000. Let me look back at the report real quick.
And so you guys already went over these, and I missed this, huh?
Yeah.
Well, gosh,
It's
guys,
on
that's
the Weeds channel.
Okay, hang on one second. Yeah, I do. I want to say that. That's Into the Weeds podcast. That's Into the Weeds podcast, and they're great. They're great. I love their music that they play there. If nothing else, I love their music. Some of the topics I can get into, some of the topics not, but when I can get into a good topic, I've had some of the most fun on that panel. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I've had a great time on that panel. And for those that don't know, Alora got Oates back, and Oates is doing better. Oates, after a month, right? A month.
Mhm.
Oates was her dog that was carelessly, from my understanding, let out while she was on holiday.
Yeah.
And that's terrible. And yeah, so she got Oates back. But anyway,
Just
another shout out to, I'm sorry, Into the Weeds podcast. Tomorrow, it looks like they're going to be doing something on reading new. Tell me, do you know?
yeah, I'm going to be on panel with them. That's actually what I was about to say.
Yeah, I just was giving you a segue. Go ahead.
Yeah, we were on the same brain there, but yeah, Amber. Now this is not a FOIA Amber did. It was actually done by Mandy of the former Murder of Dee Dee Blanchard website. It's
Okay.
Gypsy's prison emails. Mandy made the choice that she decided to give it to Amber to go over because of all of Amber's work with the FOIA, and that was just her choice. And Mandy decided to invite me to go over them with her because she likes our vibe when we're on lives together. So, yeah, tomorrow Amber and I will be going over those, and y'all don't want to miss them. Oh my God, it gets weird. It gets really weird.
Wow. I can't wait for that. And what time is that?
That's going to be 6 Central.
Okay, cool. So that's 7 Eastern and 5 Pacific.
Yeah. And Michelle in the comments, no, that doesn't mean that she hit Gypsy for sure. But personally, for me, it made me reconsider my thoughts on whether I believed that she was capable of it.
Oh, and I understand that. I mean, the fact that she would get physical on a stranger over somebody that was taking pizza away because she was trying to scam. I mean, like, you would have respect for somebody doing their job. You know, I mean, that's just a common courtesy. You're not going to mess with people's livelihood. What did you want him to do when he got back? Get in trouble for taking the wrong coupon? Like, that's crazy. Hi, Kathy Hannah. How you doing?
I had always heard Dee Dee could flip a switch and get really angry, but I'd never heard of her being physical with anyone until that police report. But the anger was always excused by people who were around her and seeing it, because the thought process was, well, wouldn't you lose it sometimes being so stressed, taking care of a child that could die at any moment and can't move and blah, 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 and all this stuff? That's what I would hear. And people would make excuses for her. Plus, like I said, the perception was that Dee Dee was a little slow, very, very sweet, but a little slow, extremely burdened with this horrifically sick child. And people would understand when she would kind of snap a here and there at things. Like
they found excuses for her.
Yeah,
they found reason for her.
They found reasons to give her grace.
Yeah, and did anybody? And I'm sorry if I've asked you this and got the answer before. Did anybody find Gypsy to to be a kind and lovable kid?
They all thought she was sweet, but they believed what Dee Dee said about the mind of a 7-year-old thing. I don't know how she interacted with them to, make them think that because, that was their impression. It would, and they're not interested in watching her stuff now, and they haven't seen it at all, and they're just not interested in taking their mind back to that place. Oh, and I just wanna say to a couple people in the comments, just because, I'm honestly saying that I've had to personally reconsider whether I think that Dee Dee would be physical with Gypsy. Even if she was physical with her, I still don't believe she deserved the way that she was taken out. She deserved jail for that, not to be brutally stabbed in the
Yeah,
back. And
nobody ever. I mean, guys, you think, look at her. She looks like I Love Lucy. You think I love you, my friend. But
thank you.
sometimes I look at you and I get that like I Love Lucy vibe. And I
Yeah,
love Lucy. I love
me too. That was one of my favorites to watch with my grandma. I still watch it sometimes.
it's on all the time, isn't it? It's still on like the Hallmark channel, like from like
Yeah.
4 to 6 or something. It's a classic. How could you not love Lucy? I mean, I love it. And listen, I heard some horrible thing. I'm talking about the show. Talking about the show. I don't know anything about Lucille Ball per se. I've heard things now. She's not here to defend herself, but I heard she's done some very wonderful things, and I've heard she's not been so wonderful. Who's perfect all the time?
That's like Princess Diana. Every time I say I love Princess Diana, people are like, "Did you know she was mean to this person and she said this and that?" And it's like, yeah, I'm aware that she wasn't perfect. I'm still a fan. I
I'm a
she
huge
messed
fan of
up
Princess
sometimes,
Diana.
you
I
know?
was a huge fan. Totally heartbroken. Totally heartbroken when she died, and Jen didn't get it. Jen was incarcerated at the time. She was like, "Why are you going on and on about this?"
Yeah.
Jen's 12 years my junior. You don't get this shit. Like, I mean, like,
Oh, I
I
cried.
saw the sacrifices that this woman made. You saw the
Mhm.
sacrifice, you saw the unhappiness, and then you
Yeah,
saw how maybe she got to the other side of it and she was doing things on her
yeah.
own and becoming her own, and then her life was gone. And I mean, that was so
Mhm.
heartbreaking. And
I
then to
deeply
look at those
believe it.
boys, and oh my
Yeah,
God,
walking behind her casket. Oh, I
God,
deeply blame the BBC because, what was his name that did the interview with her, the
Brown.
panoramic
Oh,
Martin Bashir.
yes,
Martin
Martin, yeah.
Bashir gave her fake documents that made her think that her security staff and all this stuff provided by the royal family were getting paid off and stuff, and they couldn't be trusted. And that's why she dismissed her royal security. And that's why one of Dodi Fayed's employees, one of Muhammad Al Fayed's employees, Henri Paul,
Right.
who had been drinking at the bar, that's why he was driving her instead of a trained royal security person. It's because Martin
We heard
Bashir
that
made
she
her.
fired. We heard that she
Yeah.
fired. You are right up in that royal shit.
Oh,
You
you
are.
know it. I've been in
I
it all
love
my
that.
life. I've been I
I've been to every
have
wedding since Charles and Diana's. Not
yeah,
everyone, but I mean I've been not everyone, but I've been
the
to
big one. Yeah.
yeah, like the ones that matter. I had such regard for the queen. Like the queen, there will never be anybody like her. She sacrificed and
Yeah.
gave to her. I mean, she was the epitome of service. I did
Uh,
a video and I said, like, she's dead, she's still working. She
mhm.
was still in when they lay in you know what it's called. Tell us. I mean, tell me. You know when they
Lion State.
yes, when they lie in state, and the grandchildren, like that was, oh my God. I
Yes.
really,
Mhm.
really, and she was devoted to him, and but she was more devoted to her country. She made a
Yeah.
promise and she kept that. I have nothing but respect for that woman. Made a promise and she kept that promise till the day she died, and then some.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like you really have to respect too how she inherited an empire and she dismantled it to build the Commonwealth to give all those places more choice. Can you imagine anyone else born to an empire actually doing that? I know that there are a lot of people who, the wealth that the royal family has versus the average English person, they just can't see any good in them at all. But there's to me to do that, to be born to a freaking empire, global empire the way she was.
And
And
more so back then
yeah,
because there was a
and to
lot
make it
more
more
of
fair.
in the Commonwealth. Absolutely.
Yeah. And Amos Hi-Fi, I hate how the family treated Harry during the Queen's death. Yeah, that was sad. I also didn't really like how Harry acted while Prince Philip was dying, so but that was just a sad situation all around, really.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Well, we're gonna have to do. I would love to do stuff about that. I love that stuff. I love
Oh,
that
me too,
stuff.
yeah.
I love that stuff.
When I
So
was
back.
little, I
I'm
was
sorry.
all when I was a little kid in the '80s, like, Princess Diana was on every tabloid, most beautiful woman in the world, and I was obsessed with her, and,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, then growing up, like, I just continued being interested in following all the royal family news, so I never stopped.
To me, she was a kindergarten teacher, and I was just a couple years younger than her. I think I'm 2 years younger than her. I think she was born in 61, right?
Mhm. I think
So,
so. I might.
and yeah, her birthday should be coming up. I think it's July, isn't it?
It
And
just passed. Meghan Markle released a what line of wines on Diana's birthday.
wow. Okay. Um, okay. Anyway, the death is coming this month, isn't it? This month? I think isn't it the
I can't
31st?
remember the death date. I think about her birthday more.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Okay, cool beans. Cool beans. Okay, so I guess Into the Weeds podcast is here. Somebody said, "Hey Weeds," or they're just saying, "Hey Weeds." I don't know. I
Hey,
love
hey.
fellow redhead. There you go. There you go. That's our friend Red Valentine. Red Valentine. She's a lot of
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
I like her. Um and okay, so I'm trying to see some comments. I love Lucy and she loved me. I like
Nice.
that song. That song. What was your favorite I Love Lucy episode?
Stop
1980.
the grapes.
Stomping the Grapes. A lot of people like the chocolate one.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, I like that one too. My favorite one I think is the Groucho Marx one where they're in the mirror. You know which one? And they're not in the mirror. Yeah. Like she sneaks into his hotel room and he feels like I guess he's being watched. He walks past something. It's not a mirror. It's just like a hallway. And she walks past, and then they do this whole thing together. This whole like silk.
Oh, how
This
funny.
where
I'll have to
where
look for
yeah, you
that.
gotta check it out. Like she's acting like she's his reflection in the mirror, and they do it perfectly for a while. It's funny. Does anybody remember that?
Jerry Lewis, Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis, go
Oh,
black, white, and
absolutely,
Jerry Lewis
absolutely.
liked to do that style of comedy too in the mirror and have someone else with him.
Yeah, that what?
I noticed something the other day. I think Adam Sandler copied a lot of his comedy techniques off Jerry Lewis and just
Oh, I think
updated.
so too, and I think that he talked about that. I
Oh,
think
did
he's
he?
given
Nice.
credit to Jerry. And in past interviews, I think that Jerry Lewis was one of the people that because he's my age, Adam, right?
Mhm.
A little bit younger maybe.
I think so.
Um and yeah, that would have been perfect. And I do believe that. Yeah.
That's so funny. I'll have to look that up if he said it in an interview here. I thought I discovered a secret. I'm like, oh, he's acting like him.
No, I think that Jerry Lewis was very funny. Like
Oh,
I think
yeah.
he's a really funny guy.
Scared Stiff is one of my favorite Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis movies. I just watched it
Which
like a
one?
couple of weeks ago. Scared Stiff.
Oh, I got to see that. I
It's such
probably have
a
seen it, but it's been a while. It's been a while. I'm
they
trying to catch up with the comments, guys. I'm sorry. Please like, I know that we're going everywhere here. I hope that's okay. I hope that's okay. So uh, what do you think about now with Gypsy? Like, I mean, so I saw a video where what the baby again is not in the car seat. Like, what's going? What? Why would somebody do that? What's going
I
on?
saw
And then
that.
wait a minute. I also saw. Hang on. Tell me if you saw this. I also saw where there's an insinuation that Ken was going 83 miles an hour in a 45-mile-an-hour zone, but I couldn't see it. I couldn't actually see that. Somebody sent me that, but I couldn't actually see it in the picture. I saw the insinuation. Did you
Gotcha.
like any of that?
I haven't seen the video yet. I saw the a couple of titles that said Gypsy fails again to strap the baby in, right? But I
Right.
haven't had a chance to watch them yet. I've been going over those FOIAs that we're gonna talk about tomorrow, and yeah, so I
I'm
haven't.
so excited about that. Don't
Yeah,
forget, guys, that's Into the Weeds podcast. Go there right now, subscribe, come back, and hit the bell for them so that you remember to see that. I'm
yeah,
gonna be there. I'm gonna be right in the comments with you guys, right there in the chat. Be
heck yeah.
asking questions if I can.
Yeah, it is shocking that with the audience she has, 9 million followers plus, lifetime cameras and all this stuff, TMZ, whatever, on speed dial, that she would do that ever. Like, learn how to buckle
Or
to your
act stupid
seat.
as well, drunk, right? Or act so stupid, like
That is so
how is
hilarious.
that going to look good? It doesn't look good now. It's not going to age well. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's what I was saying in my video earlier. Like, there's nothing wrong with getting crunk when you want to celebrate. Most people don't do it that many nights in a row when they got a 6-month-old. But I'm so glad that in the early 2000s when I was in my 20s going out and getting wild, that I wasn't live streaming it. That wasn't anything we knew about,
exactly,
but we wouldn't
exactly,
have wanted to. Like,
exactly.
we had a sense of keeping to ourselves certain things.
I saw you had a great video on that. You actually talked about that, right?
Yeah,
Didn't you talk about
I
that?
did,
That was,
yeah.
I think you put that out this morning or last night.
I can't remember. It
Where,
was either last night or this morning one. Yep.
yeah, I saw that video.
I'm gonna
I
grab
love
my
it.
lighter and light up.
What's that?
Grab my lighter and light up.
There you go. There you go. So let me ask you this. When I'm trying to see some comments here. I'm sorry, I'm behind in the comments, guys. I'm so sorry.
I appreciate all y'all in the comments.
I appreciate you guys too. I appreciate you too. Groucho, the grapes, the statue when she wore the deals. The
Oh, I love Lucy episodes.
Me too. I love when she wears that thing and she tries to stay up on the staircase and falls down like that big. Listen, she had absolutely great comic timing, great physical comedy,
Yeah.
absolutely great. So did the guy that I keep stealing. I'm Toddy One Skipping. You're not from Chevy Chase.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. He had great physical comedy and he was very quick-witted.
Mhm.
Very quick-witted. One of my favorite movies is Seems Like Old Times. Have you ever seen that movie? And I loved Charles Grodin. Charles Grodin. Oh God, I loved him.
I don't think I've seen that one. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's about a writer. Okay, so do you like Goldie Hawn?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay. So Goldie Hawn and Chevy Chase, they used to be married. Now this she's married to Charles Grodin. Do you know who Charles Grodin is? I loved Charles Grodin. He's dead now. I
I'll
loved
check
him.
them out.
So Chevy Chase out in the woods, divorced from whatchamacallit, opens up. He's a writer. He gets kidnapped by these bank robbers. These bank robbers use him to rob the bank. He gets thrown out by the bank robbers, but he's the one that's wanted because they only saw his face and stuff. So he ends up going to Goldie Hawn for help, who was his ex-wife. She's married to Charles Grodin, who is trying to become the DA. It's a comedy.
Yeah.
And have you ever seen Benson or Soap? Okay, well, anyway, he is in there, and it's so funny. It's so funny, and she keeps taking in people, like everybody. Wait a minute, everybody that like breaks the law, like she's a lawyer. She keeps taking all these pro bono cases, and so she gives everybody a job. So she has all these crooks working for her, and she's trying to keep him. She's trying to keep him safe while trying to keep her marriage going. It's hysterical. It's so funny. It's so.
Have you seen her in Overboard with Kurt
Yes,
Russell?
one of my favorite movies too, with
That is
Kurt,
so
with Kurt Russell. That's who she's really with. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Kurt
Yeah.
Russell. Have you seen the new Overboard? That one was good. It was
I
with
haven't.
Anna
No.
Faris.
I need to go check that out.
With Anna Faris and I forget his name. He was a Latin guy. And that was good. That was good. I prefer the first one, but that one was good too.
I'll have to check it out. I was honestly worried that it would just disappoint. That's why I didn't watch it.
No, it was good. It was reversed. He falls in. Not
okay.
He falls in. But it was good. Do you know who Anna Faris is? You know who she is. She was in the television show Mom.
Let me look her up real quick.
Yeah, you would know her. Blonde hair, Jamestown, New York. I Love Lucy. Long Trailer. I love that movie too.
Oh yeah, she's pretty. Yep.
So you know who she is. Yeah.
Yeah, I recognize her now.
She's
I'm kind of movie illiterate though, because like I told you before, I grew up homeschooled and in a conservative religion.
But Mom wasn't that long ago. The television
okay.
Mom wasn't. And she was also married to the guy from the Jurassic Park movies, the guy that lost all that weight, who's now married to a Schwarzenegger.
Gotcha.
Forget
it. Mama Bear just said that Anna Faris was in Scary Movie, and I recognize that one. I remember that parody.
Okay, there we go, guys. So there you go. That's cool. That's cool. I'm glad somebody got it. I'm a little old, I guess. Okay, so what are we talking about? So the baby, that poor baby. I mean, like, I'm trying to figure out. Why wouldn't you put the baby in the thing? Like, what are you against putting that baby in the seat correctly about? What's going on there?
That is weird.
Have you noticed also that the baby doesn't seem to have grown at all? Have you noticed that? Because I have people sending me shit all the time about that. Isn't it funny, Toddy? The baby hasn't grown. And
I guess I wasn't paying attention until you said that, but it has seemed the same size.
Because people have said that to me. I didn't notice either, but people have like said to me, and I'm like, well, now that I think about it, you know what I mean?
Got a point. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow. Yeah, it's so, the whole thing is just so strange. Like all those reminders that she put up for Ken, things got to be this and that, and said they were for Ken. We know they were for her. And then
I think Ken put them up.
And videos for her 9 million followers, the baby not buckled in right and all this crazy stuff. And it's actually in the Lifetime show, Ken saying, don't fall asleep with the baby on you. And I would never do that. And
right. Yeah, you did last night. Yep. So the new cars will show the speed limit when you are speeding. That's what was on her display. I didn't see that. I have a new car and mine shows that, but I didn't see, I guess I didn't know where to look on the picture that I saw. So I didn't see that.
I didn't know that.
Stevie. Yeah. So here's the thing.
That was weird.
But somebody sent me an email saying, Toddy, we found out where the blonde hair came from. And did you notice that Stevie was bringing up San Francisco? Yes, you were there. Yes, you were there. And blonde hair, the wig. And Gypsy didn't have the common sense to shut the damn thing.
That was what was so weird to me. Remember whenever she flipped out on Ken in the Lifetime show, whenever he said, you don't eat enough. And she's like, Ken, the rumors, people are saying I don't eat and blah, blah, blah. You'd think as big of a deal as they made about the rumors that Ken might be bi, they acted like they were so upset about that. You'd think that the second the Stevie person started saying that stuff, she would shut it down, but she kept it on multiple times.
Okay, so I understand not shutting it down because that makes you look guilty, but wouldn't you defend him? Wouldn't you just, I mean, like, and he's looking there like he's like, and again, Gypsy just got her hair cut really short. Didn't she not long ago? Like, where is this? Didn't she say the end of the wigs, end of the extensions? How'd that happen? Everything, the end of everything is never. There is never. Everything she says is the absolute opposite. I wonder if there's some sort of brain injury that has to do with when the opposite of stuff. You know what I mean? Like the absolute opposite of stuff.
I remember her 30-day social media fast. I don't think that lasted 24 hours.
I remember. That's Steve Woods, man. This is the guy, Stevie. Listen, I don't know that that's true, but this guy seemed to know that Ken spent time in San Fran. He had blonde hair, and didn't Gypsy find long blonde hair in a wig? Just put two and two together. We're not talking about an MURDER trial here. We're just talking about, is Ken fooling around with Steve?
She was awful mad about that blonde hair and the hairbrush. She's got a thing about blondes.
Absolutely.
Got a real chip on her shoulder about blondes.
Okay, Patchouli Julie, you're right. It was Harpo Marks. It was Harpo Marks. Okay, you're right. You're right, because he did. He had the harp. You are right. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for so long to see that. Hannah, stop yelling.
Grandpa Munster, Steve Lulu Beast. That's kind of how he looked. That Stevie person, Grandpa Munster.
I'm so far behind here. Carol Burnett, fantastic. Carol Burnett, brilliant. I used to watch the Carol Burnett show. Do you know Carol Burnett?
Yes. Yeah, I remember her doing the green curtains like Scarlett O'Hara.
That's one of my favorite episodes. and the Mrs. Where what's his name? Oh gosh. Oh, I see him. Harry Corman. Is it Harry? No, it wasn't Harry. I know Harry was on the show, the littler guy. What's his name, guys?
I don't know.
Oh, Tim. Was it Tim? What was his name? Not Harvey Korman. I'm looking. What was the little guy's name? He was round and pudgy, and they did the Mrs. And he had that stutter when he would do it. That's so funny. Oh my gosh, I'm so far behind. Oh, sorry, I'm so sorry, guys.
Yeah, I just tried to look back on the comments too, real quick. Tim Conway.
Oh my gosh, I am so far behind on the comment. Chris Pratt. Okay, Chris Pratt was the person. Member for 12 months. Happy year to us. Thank you, Kareem.
Thanks,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Harvey, thank you so much. Thank you guys. Thank you so much, guys.
That's so sweet.
It so is. It really is. Thank you so much. I'm trying.
We have the best followers, like for real.
I agree. Very grateful for the community that we have here.
I'm always telling my husband.
What's that?
I'm always telling my husband, I'm like, look, everybody told me, when you get on YouTube, be prepared. Don't even read the comments. They're going to be terrible. No, but our comments are wonderful. We get wonderful people talking to us.
I agree.
Our content.
I agree. Sometimes you get people a little difficult, but listen, that's the way the world works. You got to appreciate the good. Thank you so much, Nikita. What happened? What happened to the comment? Oh,
did you lose the comments?
I did. I lost a comment from Nikita gave from DKK, Danish Kronins. Thank you so much. I think she gave me the other day too. Thank you so much.
Sweet.
Yeah, our community is fantastic. Guys, Milk, Honey, and Mayhem. Don't forget her channel.
Love her history videos.
She's talented.
Right up my alley.
And she's a natural. She's a natural. She's a natural at it. I love her. Tim Conway. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Tim Conway. So he's the little round pudgy guy. Because if you've watched the show, you know that there's Harvey Korman. He's the taller guy with the gray hair. And I know Mrs. Wiggins. That I love the Mrs. Wiggins character.
But I can't remember all the names.
Mrs. Wiggins was a secretary, and he would be often trying to recite letters for her, and he had a stutter. She was brilliant. You know, these women, first of all, I mean, those people that don't know, I'm sure they do, because I have a bigger age audience. Lucille Ball, the Lucy Show, and that television production company, she was the first woman to head that. And also the way that they film sitcoms today with the cameras was credited to her and her husband. Like, so they revolutionized the way filming was, and it's lasted for over 70 years so far. That's pretty impressive. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? And all of the shows that they produced the Mary Tyler Moore Show, another brilliant show. They produced, they didn't produce the Dick Van Dyke Show. That's another one of my all-time favorite shows. Dick Van Dyke. I love him. Yes. I love him.
I liked him in the 90s and Diagnosis Murder too.
I didn't see him in that, but I saw him in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and Mary Poppins. I just watched Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
I love Mary Poppins and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Oh God, I loved it. I was singing the song the whole day. You guys remember the audience, the people in the comments, I like HR Puffin stuff. Yeah. So yeah.
Gypsy Rose Productions, Zim Cook. Yep.
Thank you so much, Drew. Thank you so much. That means an awful lot. We'll be back with Rebecca on Monday. I plan on being back with Rebecca on Monday, nice. Probably from the other channel, but you guys should get. So the other channel is Everybody Has a Story to Tell with Toddy One Skip, and I think that's where we're going to do that. Harvey Keitel is the one guy.
Nice.
And Tim Conway is the other guy. You are righto. Desilu Productions right there. That's the name of the show. That's yep. I vaguely remember Red Skelton. Vaguely remember him.
Justin, yes, Dick Van Dyke was the chimney sweep in Mary Poppins.
Yes, he was. He was that, and he was the dad in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Chitty Bang Bang. Ooh, Chitty Bang Bang. Chitty Bang Bang. Was this you that told me that you love Laverne and Shirley?
That was me.
Okay. So I put that up. One of her favorite shows.
I was just telling Tony that on the phone the other day.
Absolutely. I wasn't a Star Trekkie. My brothers were. I remember the Monkees, but I don't think you're saying that. We got a boomer. Boomer. Mary Poppins. Yep. Oh, those were the great movies. And then I saw Mary Poppins on Broadway, and I thought that was fantastic.
Oh, I bet. Nice.
Absolutely loved Mary Poppins on Broadway. We are so far from the Gypsy Rose story. Do you guys have any questions that you would like to ask? Oh, they produced Star Trek. That's right. They did.
Who produced Star Trek?
Lucy. Desi Lou at the very beginning. They yes, they did.
I had no idea. That's wild.
Yep. Dick Van Dyke was the best, I think. And I used to watch Sonny and Cher. Yes, I did. I got you, babe. I love
Three's Company.
I got you, babe. Steve Martin. I just saw Steve Martin in, what did I see him in? Oh, with I love her. I love her. Queen Latifah in the second one. The second one of breaking down the house, blowing down the house.
Oh, okay. There's this one Queen Latifah movie I really love. I can't think of the name of it right now. It's where like she thinks she got an incorrect diagnosis. She thought she was gonna die, and she like cashed in her retirement and just like
The Holiday. It was called The Holiday. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Toot
that's a good
Sweet.
one.
I remember Toot Sweet. Smothers Brothers. Yes, I used to have the biggest crush on Tommy Smothers. Yes, I did.
Somebody said Little House on the Prairie. Nice.
I don't know how to write comments with. Just tell me the comments, Nikita. You're good. You have to buy the super stickers, I think, but you don't have. You could. I'll read the comments. I'm not looking for super stickers, to be honest with you, because some people can't afford, and I want to answer every question that I can.
Yeah,
So
we just get to talking and
please
miss
don't feel
comments
obligated.
sometimes.
What's that?
I said we just get to talking and miss comments sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm well behind. Just Jen. I mean, you answered that question last week about the chimney sweep. Still searching for the magic flute. LOL. Toot sweets. Toot sweets.
And Francis,
Harvey Corman. Okay.
Into the Weeds FOIA Live will be at 6 Central tomorrow.
Yeah, go over. That's what I'm saying. If you go over to Into the Weeds podcast now and go over to the channel, you could hit the bell to remind yourself. That's why I'm saying Harvey Korman and Tim Conway. Too much, Mom. Okay, I'm told. I am told. Thank you.
Alexandra said she had a question. It said, how long did it take to change Dee Dee from victim into abuser? And I don't know the answer to that or the premise of the question really, because I think it sounds like, I mean, she was both. We know that she was definitely a victim of a horrific murder that she didn't deserve no matter what. As far as abuser, we know that she grabbed the pizza guy by the neck and scratched him up over trying to use a fake deal. We don't know how much other she is. So we know that to a certain extent she's definitely both, but it does nothing justifies what Gypsy did to her.
Oh, absolutely. 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 I agree. There's no excuse for that. I mean, absolutely no excuse for that. Do you think that there's any possibility? I'm going to throw this out there. I have two questions.
Sure.
What do you think Gypsy has against regular vibrators? I tried to keep it straight.
She seems to be under the impression that every woman's used a toothbrush that way. I have never heard of such a thing.
I tried to do it with a straight face.
You did good.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, serious question there, Teddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh,
Oh, I
people are
forgot
saying
the
they've
second
asked some
question. Oh,
That was
thank you, Anna.
rush
That
the
was
second
really,
question.
really sweet. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Like,
that's so sweet.
I really do. I appreciate that more than you know. I appreciate that. I'm supposed to be going back to work this coming week. I'm going for a test on Monday, and we're gonna make sure everything's good, and then I'm ready to go back. But thank you. Lost Holiday.
Last
That's the
holiday.
name of it. That's what,
Nice. I need to watch
that's.
that again. It's been a few years. That's a good one.
Have you watched Just Married with Ashton Kutcher and what was the girl? She's dead. The girl that died and then her husband died. Brittany Murphy.
Oh, no, I haven't seen that one.
That was funny. I thought that was a funny movie. I enjoyed that movie. Blast from the Past. I thought that was a great movie,
Oh,
Justin.
yeah.
Oh, I know that's not what you were talking. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep up with the comments.
That is a good movie, though. That's a Brendan Fraser
Blast from the
movie.
Past. I love that. You know
Yeah.
what movie Jen used to love
What's
was
that?
Pleasantville. She
Oh, nice. Yeah.
connected with that movie. So, I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. I love that. Yeah.
That's cool.
The candy you whistle, the whistle you eat. There you go. That's from Toot Sweets. Toot Sweets. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes.
Didn't they do a TV series on Pleasantville too? Called Pleasantville?
That I don't know.
Something
I
else.
really don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Into the Weeds said, funny you should use the word gremlin. More to come tomorrow.
I'm very much interested. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Who remember the elephant story Tim Conway did where he shot the elephant? Is that the story you're talking about? I think that's the story you're talking about. I'm reading more. I'm trying to catch up with remember the Dukes of Hazzard. I didn't get into the Dukes of Hazzards. I'm not trying to put this out there, but I'm going to go ahead because you know what? So, and I think that I've talked about it with you as well, that I wanted to do something with Red, you and me about, generations, like, what did you do at this time? Favorite shows and stuff like this. Very much along this line, I think it would be so fun. I really do think it would be fun. Wawa does have pizza. We don't have Wawa where I'm at, and there's no Buc-ee's either. We have Speedway. They have pizza. And you know what? I was craving pizza today, and I don't have any pizza. And the Tony Orlando show, I love it. So tie a yellow ribbon.
Ooh, somebody just mentioned Andy Griffith. I love Andy Griffith, not just even the old shows, but he did some later really funny stuff. There's a movie, I believe it's called Play the Game. Have you ever heard of it? Andy Griffith's in it?
No.
Anyone in the comments heard of it? So he made this in his old age, and the movie is about this young guy who is kind of being a player, with women, and he's visiting his grandpa in the nursing home all the time, and he's trying to tell his grandpa how to be a player in order to get his grandpa to stop, missing his grandma and stuff, and they end up kind of switching positions and it gets really hilarious. But Andy Griffith is so funny in that in a way you'd never expect.
Really?
Yes, at his old age, he did a funny comedy.
Remind me to check that out. He was supposed to be a really nice guy, and I believe he was. I mean, people dedicated a whole town. Red, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
But Julie says, Andy Griffith looked just like my dad. I thought my dad was Andy. That's cool.
Do you think this is true?
I've never heard of that, huh?
Dash X. I don't know if I buy into that. I don't know about that.
I gotta ask around.
I've never heard of that.
Ruth Carroll said Beverly Hillbillies. That was one of my favorites.
That was a great show too. Do you remember? I remember the first episode was in black and white. Do you guys remember Dark Shadows? Dark Shadows was a soap opera. It came on every day at 4:00. So we used to run home from school and go out and play for about an hour and then come back in all smelly because we were in Florida and watch Dark Shadows and then go back out again. Dark Shadows was a half-hour soap opera with the main character was a vampire named Barnabas Collins. And there's been shows, Johnny Depp did that movie, Dark Shadows, and it was based on that. But it was a soap opera that was about a vampire, and it was called Dark Shadows, and it was great. It was great. I loved it.
I'll have to look it up.
Collins. Brittany Murphy was the girl. Yeah, what did I fuck her name up to? Is that what I did? You're starting shit. Here's Jamie. Jamie, I ain't buying that. I don't think that. Though Ashton Kutcher was with her, I don't think it was well after that. Well after that.
Ashton Kutcher's shady.
Yeah, very sad. Very, very sad. Yeah, very sad, that situation. I used to think highly of him. Gilligan's Island, yes.
Oh, that's a good one. I love
Yep.
Gilligan's Island. And crap, there was another one, but it just went out of my head. It was
I
my
dream of
favorite last.
Beanie. I dream of
Oh,
Beanie and Bewitched.
yes, those are two favorites. Love Samantha.
I was watching Leave It to Beaver yesterday. You
Nice.
don't,
Haven't seen that
do
in a
you
long
remember
time.
Leave It? You don't
Yes,
Leave
I
It to
do.
Beaver was well before your time. My favorite was
With
like Courtship of Eddie's Father. I used to love Courtship of Eddie's Father. Let
There
me
was
tell
an
you
80s
about my
version of
best friend. What?
there was an 80s version of Leave It to Beaver when I was a kid. They
Yes,
did an updated version. I remember watching that.
yes, and he was in it.
Oh, he was? Wasn't he
The
like a
same
dad?
guy. I think he was a dad. The same
Gotcha.
guy, Jerry Mathers. Yeah, but like you can watch on Prime, you can watch the old Leave It to Beaver, you can watch all the old shows, All in the Family. Fucking brilliant, brilliant show, brilliant show. And
Oh,
today that show wouldn't go, but I loved. I mean, and Archie always was the one that was eating shit at the end, but I loved that show. Somebody
the
said Kung
writers
Fu. What?
the writers of South Park have said that All in the Family was their inspiration,
I believe
but
it.
they knew you couldn't make that show today, so they figured the way to make an Archie Bunker character was to make him a little kid, and it's Cartman.
Oh my gosh. And they really,
Yeah.
but I mean, I don't see the reason. I don't see it even with the person. I think Cartman is, I don't know. I can't watch. The one of my pet peeves is don't use God's name in vain. And they're
Yeah,
always doing it. And I
yeah.
just can't get past it. I just can't.
That's a personal preference. Yeah, there's nothing
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah. That's the only thing. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Soft Kitty, where do you live and what do you have by you? I feel bad. It's like,
Hey,
tell me, do you have a Dollar General at least?
we call
Mama's
those
Mama's Family was great.
you get a Dollar General and a Dollar Tree and a Family Dollar real close together in the South. We call that a dollar holler.
A dollar hauler.
Yep.
Very cool. Very
It
cool.
happens. So in the
Very
food
cool.
desert, sometimes those are the only stores.
I miss Richard Pryor too. There was a great movie, one of my favorites, Stir Crazy, where Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder end up. Do you know who Gene Wilder is? He was the
Yes, from
okay,
Blazing Saddles.
and so him and Richard Pryor end up incarcerated. It's a comedy for a shooting that they didn't. They're set up for
Yeah.
a bank robbery. They're set up, so they have to go in jail. They have to go in jail, and it's so funny. It's hysterical. It is a great movie. It's a
Did
great
you watch Blazing Saddles?
yes, and it was a great movie. I
Yeah.
was just watching Faulty Towers. Faulty
I love all
Towers. Oh my
Monty
God, that's one of the best sitcoms ever. I love it. I love it. I love
I had a
it.
pet snake named after Monty Python.
I can understand that. I can believe that. Hang on tight. I want to smoke too. And we're just going to hang on for a little bit longer. We'll talk a little bit more. I think people want us to talk about Gypsy, but I haven't read the comments. Do they want us to talk about Gypsy?
Let's see. Do y'all want us to talk about Gypsy? They're talking about movies with us at the moment.
Oh, cool. That's okay too.
Yeah, we'll talk about what y'all want to talk for the last bit. Hey, Dark Minds. Hope you had a good Independence Day too. CJB said Smirkaburl. I don't know what that means. J Boz is smoking with us.
Smoky, smoky. It's legal where I'm at, guys. Be kind.
Do you like any British comedy, Toddy?
Oh, absolutely.
I love Keeping Up Appearances.
Oh, I love it too. I love keeping up with appearances. I love Are You Being Served?
I haven't seen that one.
Are You Being Served is in the department store. It's an oldie.
Nice.
Faulty Towers, though, is my favorite. I love Absolutely Fabulous. I love Bottom. Bottom was an old, oh my gosh, that was so funny. Simon Pegg. Do you know who Simon Pegg is?
I don't
He's
think so.
hysterical. Yeah, you would know him because he's in the Star Trek movies, he's in the Mission Impossible movies.
Oh,
You
okay.
look him up. Look him up. Please look him up.
Simon, what'd you spell his last name?
Peg.
Oh, just like it sounds.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, he looks familiar. I've definitely seen him.
Fuzz. Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead. He's so
Yeah.
funny. I love him. Have you ever seen Hot Fuzz?
Hmm.
Okay,
I
so
think
I was on a cruise, and they had just all these movies. So they had this movie, and I was like, "Oh, let me turn this on. It looks funny." And from the minute it got turned on, I could not. I was addicted to Simon Pegg. He was so funny in Hot Fuzz. And then he was in another movie called Run, Fat Boy, Run. He wrote these movies. They're so funny. He's British. He's so funny. You got to check those movies out. Shaun of the Dead, that was probably his most famous one.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the Ricky Gervais show? Ricky Gervais from The
Yeah.
Office? From the original The Office from the UK, because that show was remade here.
I haven't seen the original. I've mainly seen Ricky Gervais do stand-up.
Oh, he's hysterical. He writes
He's so
he
funny.
writes movies and stuff too. That show, oh, I love him. I love Ricky Gervais. I think he's hysterical. He's so clever. I think the British are, no offense, I think they're pretty clever. I mean, I think we have some good comedians. The one that I like right now in the US is Matt Rife. You know who Matt Rife is?
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of him myself, but
Not a fan.
everybody's got a
I like
taste.
him.
Yeah. Somebody asked in the comments, it scrolled through pretty fast. What do we think of the Nick emails Gypsy posted today? I didn't know she posted any today.
She posted emails about Nick.
That's what someone said in the comments. Does anyone else know, or can the person who said that, it scrolled so fast I couldn't get your name?
I'm sorry, Mr. Ed Beaver Cleaver. I'm reading stuff. RL, how are you?
Do you remember that? Did you hear that speech that Ricky Gervais gave that one time? It was at some award show where he kind of roasted all the people that were there congratulating themselves for being
He's done that a few times, I think, not just once. Yep. He's very anti when he's anti, he says it. They keep having him come back.
Yeah.
I loved Cool Runnings. That was a funny movie. That was a great movie. Great man. The Jamaican bobsled team, Cool Runnings.
Yes.
The Nelsons.
Coming to America.
My Three Sons, The Wonder Years, Bewitched, Happy Days, Mork and Mindy.
Do you remember Coming to America?
Yes, that was a great movie too. They made two of those, right?
Yeah.
MASH was so clever. I appreciated MASH after. I didn't appreciate it while it was on. That was my dad's show. He loved it. I appreciated it because I was too young. I didn't get it. Honeymooners, I used to love it. He used to live in Miami. Jackie Gleason. The Honeymooners was great because the Honeymooners was I don't think there would have been a Flintstones without the Honeymooners. Do you guys know that?
Really?
Yep.
Know that.
Fred Flintstone was based on Jackie Gleason's character, and Barney Rubble was based on Ed Norton's character. Ed! Yep.
Okay, somebody said Gypsy posted them on TikTok, so I'm going to take a look real quick for
Take a look. Carol O'Connor, I loved him as a man. I loved him. If you look into him, he was a good man. He was a good man. Archie Bunker, his son died, his adopted son. That's who his son was. His son died from drug overdose. He was determined to ruin the man's life that sold him those drugs. And he was the first one, Archie Bunker, Carol O'Connor. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it looks like Gypsy posted a screen recording of 73 emails from Nick to Don Booker. about an hour ago.
I hate Fancy Maselli. That's when I don't like Fancy. You know what I'm saying? Because we know that Fancy had something to do with this. And I'm not guessing. I'm not speculating. We know this because we saw proof. So we know that there was manipulation on her part, on Fancy's part. So now looking at these emails, how do you look at them objectively? I'm asking.
We know Fancy said in that recording that I have in one of my privated videos, my privated playlist on Fancy, she said, we have a Nick infiltration group, the Nick infiltration group, and openly talked about how they were going to get Boker to get Nick to say stuff because she was trying to make sure that he never got an appeal for Gypsy. Like, just
he'll never see the light of day.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Even regardless of my personal feelings about Nick, that's wrong. That's wrong to mess with somebody's legal process by intentionally
manipulate a situation, by manipulating a situation. That was a great movie too. Absolutely. Yeah. This one was a great movie too. Her name was Gilda Radner, Crystal. And she used to be Baba Wawa. Remember? Gilda Radner was her name. Young Frankenstein, a brilliant movie. Have you ever seen that movie? It was black and white with what was the guy with the big eyes? Marty Feldman, I think was his name, right? Oh, that was a great movie. Mel Brooks, yes. Yeah. You're talking about like brilliant comedians. Young Frankenstein was fabulous. Henry Winkler. You know, I love his I love the work. I loved him as Fonzie, but I love the work he also did in later things when he played
in Waterboy.
Exactly, right? But he also played the dad in a television show where his son was a doctor on the in the Hamptons. What was it? House Calls, I think. Was it called? I don't remember. It was Royal Pain was the name of the show. And this guy was a doctor that would just go and all of the stories were funny and interesting. And their dad was Henry Winkler. And yes, in Arrested Development, he could be so dry. Fawlty Towers was the best.
You know who I really like? Does anyone remember The Nanny in the 90s, Fran Drescher?
Yes.
I watched a documentary about the making of The Nanny the other day and how she was kind of like she did a lot of Lucille Ball type stuff and taking control of her show. And she insisted at one point they wanted to make her her character an Italian Christian. They thought that would be way more palatable to people. And she was like, no, I'm going to be a New York Jewish character, openly, outwardly, proudly Jewish. And she did. She made herself that character and everybody loved it. But initially in the beginning, they tried to get her to change the character to not be how she wanted it to be. She wanted it to be more based on herself.
Right. Renelle, thank you so much.
Oh, wow, Renelle.
So kind of you, Renelle.
That's so sweet.
Renelle Smith, guys. Renelle Smith on come on YouTube. If you don't know her, stop what you're doing and go. She is
love Renelle's videos.
She's the conscious. She really is. She is the conscience of social media, in my opinion. Like, I have such respect for her. She always is very fair and balanced, and she is the one person that when she says go fuck yourself, how can I do that? She says it so politely. I love Renelle, and thank you, Renelle. Thank you so much. The Benny Hill show, my dad used to love that show. My dad used to listen. Now we got a bunch of Benny Hill. Robin Williams. Yeah, I was just watching him, and I thought wasn't I talking to you about who was I talking to? It might have been Jamie. I think I was talking to Jamie. I was just watching Robin Williams in The Birdcage which was the remake of La Cage aux Folles. That was
That
funny.
one.
Yeah, very funny.
He
Father
was
Ted.
great.
I didn't get into Father Ted. Benny Hill is dope.
I liked Father Brown. That was a British production. I
Yep.
really enjoy Father Brown.
Yeah,
Have you ever
Father Brown's
seen-
about a priest.
Yeah, solves mysteries.
Okay, so that's not the one I was just thinking of. The other one was a comedy, the one that I had mentioned, I think so.
Have you ever saw Bally Kiss Angel? It's a BBC production from like the
I
90s.
haven't watched it, but I know the show you're talking about.
I'm a big fan. I like that one.
A movie night would be super fun.
A few people have said that.
How can we do it? We could run a movie in the background and just watch it and
I guess
kind
we
of
could,
stop it and do comments. Would you
yeah,
guys like that?
guess we could tell everybody what movie we're going to watch and what time we're going to start it if they want to watch along and stop when we do commentary. We couldn't show it, of course, but
Why couldn't we show the movie? We just wouldn't get why couldn't we show it? It's a live stream. I mean,
oh,
if
maybe we
it's on
could.
YouTube, why I mean,
You've been
we
monetized longer than me, Toddy, so you would know better than me.
well, I think that we could show something that's on YouTube, not one. I mean, like, I don't know. I honestly, I don't know.
We could look into it.
I don't know. But that would be fun though.
Yeah.
I was like 5 watching Benny Hill. Any updates? Huh? I don't have a lawsuit against Bree, guys. Okay, so okay, I I had a lawyer go ahead and send a letter to Bree. It wasn't for a lawsuit because Bree has no money, so I'm not going to spend money to be on a waiting list to get money should Bree hit the lottery and then give the ticket to somebody else so that she could then, avoid that. What I did was I did the documentation through the lawyer that addressed the situation in which Bree was guilty of so that I could go ahead and put it on a class action suit with other people that have been bullied. It just made better sense for me to do it this way and go ahead and try to get criminal charges against Bree. Now, how that is going, the last 2 weeks, I haven't stopped by the police station. I usually stop by the state police on the way home from work a couple times a week. I haven't stopped there and I haven't gotten any phone calls and I haven't called. So I don't know that anything has happened. I don't know where we're at. And I'm sure if I did know, I couldn't tell you guys because I unfortunately, it would be online and I wouldn't put that out there for them to know. So I'm sure you can understand that, guys. But I will say that everything that people have sent and with everything that's happened, I haven't stopped sending information forward. So, but I'm not the police, and also as well as what's going on in Missouri with NPG Cornerstone and who they are and stuff like that. I've actually gotten information that they are not. There is nothing on them. There anyway. So, are you being served was excellent. Absolutely. Are you being served is are you PEGG? You're right, Simon Pegg. PEGG. Anyway, Are You Being Served is the one with the it's an old British show. It's in the comments. And I think you would really like it. It's about a department store. It's
Oh, okay.
about the people that work in this department store. When department stores, like, you would go in there for fittings, you would go in there for very specific things. So there was one gay guy who worked in the men's department, and a womanizer who worked in the men's department, and then a stuffy up the ass boss, and then two women that worked in women's lingerie and women's fashions. And it was a fun show. You should check it out. I know you could see it on. I know. You know what I bought? I bought and I had one, and I don't know what happened to it. I had it years ago. So I bought a region-free DVD player so that if I lose power or something, because I need to hear sound. Like I got to hear sound. I could go ahead and watch, DVD or stuff. I got to tell you, one of my favorite DVDs, one of my favorite shows. Hang on, I want to show you this. This is one of my favorite shows. And I want to know in the chat if anybody has ever seen that show. Can you see it?
The Blackpool collection?
Yep, Blackpool. Do you know who David Tennant is?
Yeah.
Right?
He was Doctor Who.
Yeah. And a lot of other things, right? He's in this. Let me tell you about this show. This show is a British show, and it takes place in Blackpool, England, which is like a seaside place, an amusement park. Are you familiar with Blackpool, or are you now? Okay, so it's like it's on the water, right there on the water, and it has a boardwalk. It's almost like a Coney Island.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's called Blackpool, and it has a pier and everything. So that's the setting of this. When I tell you this, you're going to be like, yeah, it's got to be the stupidest thing ever. Has anybody in the chat seen this?
Not seeing anyone just yet.
I'm so far behind.
Lisa says he's been to Blackpool but wouldn't recommend it.
They say that they've been there, and I've never been there, and I've been to the UK a lot. Okay, everybody's saying no. Love Blackpool. What? Rock? What'd they say?
Blackpool Rock. I think she's been there. Hey, Dave.
Okay, so I'm talking about the show, though. Okay, so guys, I'm not gonna do justice here. This show it goes into like song, like it's a comedy. It's a comedy. It's a series. So I mean, it's a murder. It's a murder mystery comedy that breaks into song.
Musical too.
Yes.
Nice.
But it works so brilliantly, and there are so many brilliant actors in this. Sarah Parrish, I'm sure you've seen her, but Sarah Parrish is a very popular English actress. David Tennant, like I said, and David Morrissey, I think his name is. I've seen it. Here it is. Wait. Here we go. I've seen it. I've been to Blackpool. It was crazy. But did you see the show?
I saw the show too.
Did you like it, Just Jen? Did you like it? Somebody else says I have too.
It has.
Oh, it is so brilliant, guys. Oh my gosh. Nikita Alfie. There you go, right? Did you guys like it? Another show is Benidorm. Benidorm is brilliant. I love that show too. But how many people have seen this? The show is amazing. I'm so glad you guys, some of you guys, you got to see the show. Ripley. Yes. Okay. So people have seen this show. It's a great show.
Have you ever seen Red Dwarf?
Yes. I didn't like it as much. Have you ever seen Green Wing? Green Wing was that was rough. That was like Scrubs a million times forward. Like it was really it was crazy. Hey, when is Ryan supposed to be going on now, guys? Do you guys want to go see Ryan Anderson and see what's going on there?
It'll be in a bit. I guess we could give everybody time to get some dinner before they see what Ryan's gonna disappoint us with.
What time is it going to do that? Benidorm is a good comedy. I agree that.
He couldn't make up his mind. He kept saying 7 or 7:30.
Oh, okay. Okay. You're English at heart. Yes, I am, Zoe. I am English at heart. I love all of this stuff. Red Valentine. Oh my gosh. I think you will love it. I think you will love this. Jamie, check this out. You have to check this out. I'm pretty sure you could get it on YouTube or something. It's called Blackpool. But I don't like musicals.
I actually do. I'm a big fan.
And one of my great friends is too. I loved this. Like, I loved it. And when I say musicals, I mean like the old classical songs and stuff, like Elvis stuff. I think you would really like it.
I gotta check it out. Definitely.
I think it's.
We have BritBox. I bet it's on there because I watch so many British shows.
I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. I hope it is. I hope it is. Only Fools and Horses. I couldn't get into that. Red Dwarf. So Gwen's saying, and Red is saying, yep, all of that. Well, guys, I don't know what else to say. The only show I watch is Outlander, another great British show. I haven't gotten into that, but I've read things. Man, they have some dark shows too, like Wire in the Blood. That was a dark show, but I loved Wire in the Blood. Oh my God. Anyway.
There was someone in the comments saying, isn't there another way to watch Ryan other than giving him views? There's a channel that said in my comments that they were going to be live streaming his live on YouTube. I can't think of the name of it. It's Pink Cloud 9, I think it is. I don't know who they are, but that's
okay.
YouTube
you know what? I saw one of their videos today, actually, and I think that's where I saw a comment from Kathleen Fleck being concerned about me, and the whole comment section was like really. I tried to get on, but the live stream had already gone. Which is weird because how come I can't keep up my comments, but they can? Crystal, I don't care. I don't like musicals either. I don't, but this worked. It was so good. It worked. So,
I love musicals. I went and saw Wicked recently. I saw it in theater. Like,
I like plays. I like plays. It's just musicals. So you saw Wicked, and what else? What else?
The Addams Family. I saw that in theater.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
It was really funny.
You know what I did see that I loved, and it was a musical. The Book of Mormon. That was, oh my God. And that was by the people from South Park.
Yes, we're going to see that in October. I can't wait.
Oh my God, it was so funny. Oh my God, it was the best Broadway show I ever saw. Book of Mormon.
I can't wait. I'm a huge Matt and Trey fan, and I've also been really interested in Mormonism for a long time as a fascination, and their take on it is so funny.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my gosh, this was hysterical. Listen, again, not a fan of musicals. I went down for the day, and it was a banger of a day. We went down and I went and I saw the Banksy exhibit, and then I saw the Titanic exhibit, and then we saw the Broadway show.
Nice.
As a matinee. Then we hit White Castle and came back. Yeah, we did.
That is cool as hell. I got to see the Titanic exhibits when they were at the Pyramid in Memphis.
Okay.
Way back in the late 90s. So amazing. So amazing.
Oh, we could also do a video on that if you would like.
I could
talk about the Titanic. I could talk about Titanic. Yeah. Absolutely.
We could also talk about the Titan.
I did not hear about this. Is it true? I could believe it, man. She sleeps with everybody, and then she's making out with the girls. The Book of Mormon was so good. So good. Guys, I don't know what else to say about Gypsy Rose. I think I enjoyed this conversation better. I hope we didn't let anybody down. I've lost a few people, but you know what I'm saying? Hey, Guilty of Crime. This is my friend Jay. Guys, this is Guilty of Crime. Go check out her channel. This is Jay.
Cool.
Jay has been on the Maddie Soto case from day one going in. So anybody that has an interest in the Maddie Soto case, or actually, you know, any missing children case as of late, please go hit up my friend Jay at Guilty of Crime, because she's on it. She is on that shit. So big shout out to Jay. Hey Jay. Yeah, grateful for people that do that, because that's a dark thing.
Yeah.
Staying in on the children, the horrific crimes of children. So kudos, huge kudos to Jay.
Yeah.
And Jay and you know, we met through the Rebecca Michello, the Corey Michello.
Nice.
And Rebecca, that's who Rebecca reads her monthly letters
Mm-hmm.
with Jay and me. Just anybody that doesn't know, I want you to know that. So yeah, great work, great work. Well, I'm ready to call it a night and see what Ryan Anderson has to say. And you said Pink
Cloud9, I believe, is the YouTube channel that's going to stream it.
Pink Cloud 9. So yeah, let's check that out. I'm gonna grab some popcorn, and so hopefully you guys had some fun with us, and hopefully you had some fun. I hope you had some fun.
I had a blast.
Well, I'm glad.
Hanging out with you, Toddy.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And tomorrow night, Into the Weeds podcast is gonna their co-host is, you know, obviously 1980 Millennial, and they're gonna start reading, what is it, the phone calls, right? Phone calls from prison, huh? Emails from prison. Gypsy Rose Blanchard. I can't wait. I cannot wait to hear about that. And that's going to be 6:00 Eastern Standard Time. Did you say I don't do that up?
6 Central.
6 Central. 7:00 my time. 7:00 Eastern Standard Time.
I let you do the conversion. I messed it up one time, so I don't trust myself.
Ask Jay. Ask Jay. She's 3 hours difference. I can't do the math, man. I am horrible. Ask Jay.
That's funny.
All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you, 1980. I'm sure I'm going to speak to you real soon. If not 70 time. Guys, thank you so much for all you've done here in the comments. Thank you for your support. Thank you for all the emails. Thank you for the Cash Apps, the PayPals, the Super Chats. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. And thank you, 1980.
Thank you, Toddy. I'll go ahead and drop down.
All right, I'll speak to you later. All right, bye. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you. Thank you a lot. Take care.